All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Captain Crush, and I'm here to help you with last-minute sleeper picks, everything you can think of for the NFL. I got you, and I'm going to try to do it in 10 minutes today. Oh yeah, beat the clock. Anyone who's been following me knows I'm bad with time. I can't get it done. My goal is to give you some PrizePicks GameStacks that no one else is talking about, because at the end of the week, you've heard everything from all different channels, and now it's time to give you some guys that maybe you weren't going to consider before, but now maybe you will. Let's get started right out of the gate, okay? First person I want to talk about, Zach Ertz. More 3.5 receptions. Everybody has not been talking about this. I don't know what's going on. It makes me think that he's just gonna walk in and he's gonna chalk. But you know what? I don't care, because I'm all about making the right play. And if he sells, well, by God, he sells. Give me Zach Ertz. More 3.5 receptions. The Bengals defense ain't it. But you know who is? Joshua Dobbs. He's been getting it done. Zach Ertz has been targeted 30 times in 4 games. Absolutely incredible. 30 targets in 4 games for a tight end, and he only has to get 4. I swear, Ertz, don't hook me, buddy. I'm begging you. That's number 1. Number 2, Gus the Bus Edwards. Now, Lamar Jackson can vulture touchdowns in the red zone. It happens every week, but this week it's a little bit different. They're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are an absolute mess right now, both on offense and defense. Pittsburgh, they ain't scaring anybody. So what I like is Gus the Bus over 49.5 rushing yards. Absolutely crazy to be targeting Gus Edwards. Remember, I'm trying to give you propositions and things that no one else is really talking about in the industry. So this is where we're at. Zach Ertz and Gus Edwards. Now, Gus has an advantage because the Pittsburgh Steelers cannot stop the run. The Lamar Jackson Ravens will get a lead, and once they have that lead, they should ground and pound with Gus Edwards. If he gets 10 to 12 attempts, he should cover this. Also, Hill is coming back from an injury, a hamstring issue, so I don't think he's going to be that much of a factor, but they do have that third string rookie that sometimes can vulture, but I'm not scared. I'm not interested. Next, we got DeAndre Swift and the Rams, okay? This is the deal here. I like taking Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua. Oh yeah, the 3-man band, and then you can run it back with AJ Brown or DeAndre Swift. That's your Draftkings stack. That's also your PrizePicks stack. Correlation, buddy. It's how you win at this. It's NFL. Wake up. Where you been? We're correlating lineups. So there's 2 schools of thought right here with Mr. Swift. I know he's going to be popular, but if you want to take his rush yards at 64.5, he absolutely should cover this. The Rams aren't that great against the run. They're not. I believe they're allowing just under 92 rushing yards per game on average, but not only that, they're facing the Eagles, who have an elite offense and can score at will. The Eagles defense is kind of suspect right now. That secondary exclusively. They'll stop the run, but what about that secondary? Which is why I'm fading Kyren Williams, and I'm going with the Stafford Kupp Nacua combo, and that's why you run it back with Swift. Now, if you don't think he's going to get those rushing yards, you can take his fantasy score because he does have a lot of touchdown equity. He breaks those little runs in the red zone for a touchdown every now and again. He's going to catch passes. Kenneth Gainwell, he's a non-factor for me. I'm not even interested in him. So either one of these 2, that's why both of these are here. Now, in that same game, we got a kicker. I know the PrizePicks collective hive mind loves these kicking props, the field goal props. They want it injected into their veins because they can't get enough of it. It seems like a smash play. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you're left eating chalk. Tomorrow, if you're going to do that, Jake Elliott, Boswell, and Butker are going to be the ones that you want to target. Jake Elliott, 8.5 fantasy score. The Eagles have shown me time and time again, they're willing to kick the field goal from 50 yards out. They don't care. They'll take it. They have that little Philadelphia brotherly love play that they run, and that's it to get them the 4th and 1s. But if it's 4th and 2, bang, bring out the field goal unit, and Jake Elliott, give me more 8.5 fantasy score. If he gets 2 field goals and 2 extra points, cash it. And last but not least, somebody that no one's been talking about, Mr. Dameon Pierce. More 13 rush attempt. Now here's the deal. He's been trending up lately. And by lately, I mean week 3 and 4. Okay, I don't factor in the last 5 at all. I couldn't care less, but I just want to show you this. Last week versus Pittsburgh, remember, we're targeting Gus Edwards in this in this particular slip. He had 24 rush attempts because the Pittsburgh Steelers just got beat on the ground, and I expect Gus to do the same thing. He had 24 attempts then, 14 there, 15 there, and 11 there. Here's the deal. He has push equity being at 13, number one. But number two, you want to catch the train before it takes off. You don't want to be the guy playing catch up. So right now, while he's trending up, while he's finding his rhythm, while that whole offense is finding their rhythm, I want to get on board. Now, the Falcons are technically a pass funnel. What's that mean? It means that they let you throw the pass and they kind of do good against the run. But I don't care, because I think that the Houston Texans are severely underrated. I think that they can get a lead, and I think that they can run the ball, and I will take my chances with Dameon Pierce over 13 rush attempt. Now, for this last one, actually, I'll probably do two more. This next one, Bejan Robinson, baby. Same game, Falcons and Texans. Okay, the same game. We're running the same side here. This is another stack I like. Give me CJ Stroud, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins, and run the other side back with Bejan Robinson and Drake London. A full game stack giving you all that Falcons touchdown equity. Drake London is 4,700 on Draftkings, and that's absolutely insane. He's going to have a blow-up game eventually. It just, who knows? He may never have it with Desmond River behind center, actually. But Bejan Robinson has yet to have a true ceiling game, and the Houston Texans are one to get ran on. I believe they're 28th in DVOA against the run. What that means, it basically means somebody's going to get the ball, run between the tackles, pop it outside, halfback stretch for you Madden players, and they're going to take it to the house. A blow-up game for Bijan's coming. He's been doing great. Let's be real. He's been doing great, but he hasn't had a ceiling game yet. He's probably the best true runner in the league right now since Chubb went down for the count. So I'm hoping that this is the week where he absolutely breaks the slate, and I don't want to be behind. I don't want to be the guy playing catch up, so I'm taking it more right now. But wait, this is 80.5. Let me pivot over here. Look at this. Parlay play. The reason I'm showing you this is because bang, he's at 77.5 rushing yards over here. I always tell you guys to shop around for the best value, and this is where it is right now. Okay, Parlay play has him for 77.5. It's not that on Sleeper, it's not that on PrizePicks. This was the cheapest I found it. If you put on $10, which I did over here on the left, you can actually slide the line down on one of your propositions, which I did with Jerick McKinnon, 12 rushing yards instead of 11.5. I took less there, so if you do that, you get it once per day in a $10 slip, which is what I did here. I went all in. Swift 64 we talked about. McKinnon less than 12 rushing yards after you slide that line. Derrick Henry, I'm eating a 2-yard bump from PrizePicks here, but I think King Henry's going to go for 100 plus, so I took more. Dameon Pierce we talked about. Bejan Robinson, we're getting the discount. And the last guy that I'm going to talk about, Joshua Downs, 32.5 receiving yards. Listen, the Colts offense, they should be clicking. I like the stack with Henry on one side and the Colts throwing on the other side. Taylor's coming back. That means teams have to respect the run more, which means Downs should be getting peppered with targets, and he should get this. I have Downs going for exactly around 50, and that's an 18-yard discrepancy. Give it to me. But for my 3-man that I did, I took Swift, Pierce, and Robinson here. If you don't want to take Pierce, just take Swift and Robinson. Either one of those are fine. Okay, this is Parlay Play. Listen, use promo code CRUSH on Parlay Play. You're going to get your deposit match, but on top of that, the biggest bang of all, you're going to get 30 free days into my Discord courtesy of me. That's a promo that I give out. All you have to do, use code CRUSH, make your little deposit, and then DM me on Twitter, which is I am Captain Crush, or Discord, or some other way. Get a hold of me, let me know. I'll send you the code, and then you'll be in the mix. Now, the last prop on PrizePicks that I want to talk about, Bejan Robinson and Derrick Henry combo. I'm not a fan of these combination props, but I know some of you guys are living in Alabama, so here we go. 158.5 rush yards combo, King Henry and Robinson. That one's fine. So there you go. Quick little recap. Ertz, Edwards, Swift, Pierce, Bejan, and the combo prop, and Jake Elliott. Any one of those is fine. Now, for my Draftkings players, which is me included, I'm going to give you some sleeper picks that no one should be playing too often. They're the 3 to 5K crappers, as I like to call them. These are the guys that you want to have in your player pool that have elite upside, that should be lower owned-ish, but they'll give you some salary relief, okay? Drake London, Robert Woods, Khalif Raymond, Josh Reynolds, Joshua Downs, Braxton Berrios, Wandale Robinson, Rashid Shaheed, Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson is my favorite low-priced salary guy on DK this week by far. Alan Lazard, and then Rashid Rice. Okay, and then for the running backs, it's going to be King Henry, Alvin Kamara, who exploded last week, Gus Edwards, Breece Hall, I'll take a few chances, Isaiah Pacheco, okay, DeAndre Swift, James Conner, Devon A-Chain, and David Montgomery. My final thoughts for this slate, guys, are going to be, if you do attack the Miami Dolphins, you need to figure out Mostert or A-Chain, and I'm telling you, it could very well be a Mostert week. You never know what's going to happen. You know the coach is going to try to throw somebody off. So that being said, if you only play a couple lineups, take one with Mostert and one with a chain and split the baby, and that is how you will do it. Again, I do all these write-ups and projections in my Discord for every team. I have a fantasy projection and write-up, and I highlight which ones you should be targeting, and that is what you can get on top of my plays for PrizePicks, everything, my full list for all sports that I do. NBA is only 17 days away, so get your tail in here and let's crush, all right? I'm going to be doing the live streams every day again, a second NBA tips off. I appreciate you guys. Just go to CaptainCrush.net, sign up for the gold package right here, and as always, you need to do your own due diligence. I'm begging you guys, please, okay? Listen, tomorrow, have yourself a snack, your beverage of choice, get in front of the TV, sweat your lineups, and I promise you, you will have a good time. Good luck, and as always, here's the salute, and you better crush.